Given that there seems to be growing space between some of the president's policies and the presumptive frontrunner Hillary Clinton, but there doesn't appear to be any space between what the president believes and what Vice President Biden believed, especially if you're talking about continuing the process that was started and continues over the past 7+ years. Wouldn't it make sense then that he'd be the best mouthpiece to keep it going, the best representative to keep the president's policies moving forward, not Hillary Clinton?
Well, Kevin, as I acknowledged last week, that in any presidential election, there will be an obligation placed on each of the candidates to clearly articulate their views and priorities and policies. And that means they're going to need to distinguish themselves among each other, but also between themselves and the incumbent. That's part of any presidential race. And the fact is, I said this last week as well, no matter how good the first 2 terms have been, nobody's going to run a successful campaign predicated on essentially a 3rd term. Each of these candidates is going to have to go out and make their own independent case. And if Vice President Biden decides to get in the race, he'll have to do the same thing. But ultimately, that will be a decision for him to make. The reason that he right now, has articulated the same kind of positions the president sought to advance is because he's a loyal vice president. That's what you're supposed to do when you're vice president. If and when he decides to become a presidential candidate, he'll have to more clearly articulate his own personal views on some things.